Marvin Harrison Jr. heading to Saturn as we speak. We've got Justin Fields 2-0. We've got Cooper Kupp injured. We'll attack that. We've got St. Brown injured. We'll attack that. We've got Josh Jacobs doing Josh Jacobs things. Do we buy low on Jahmyr Gibbs? Do we buy low on Jamar Chase? Do we buy low on Xavier Worthy? A lot to talk about. JJ injured. The Fantasy Football Show. Bloody Sunday, but a lot of good stuff. Jordan Mason season. MHJ and Jordan Mason cooking.
Let him cook.
That show, ladies and gentlemen, that show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
And Alvin Kamara, by the way, CMC to miss 6+ weeks, Puka Nacua to miss 5 to 7 weeks. Those timetables have been kicked up majorly, so make sure you're understanding of that. We'll come back to this, but we told you about Alvin Kamara on this channel over and over and over, that Alvin Kamara is the only one in that backfield, that Kendre Miller barely would make the team if he even made the team. The only reason he would be not cut is because of the draft capital involved, and they just don't want to necessarily cut him. But Alvin Kamara is single-handedly winning people leagues right now. You're 2-0 if you have Alvin Kamara, and that is one of the show gems that we brought you all off season long. Alvin Kamara, Marvin Harrison Jr. Like Smitty, before the game, people saying that Marvin Harrison Jr. wasn't quick. He couldn't separate. Maybe we missed on this one. People running their mouth wild, and we're here to let them know that they weren't tricking anybody. They weren't fooling anybody, because on this channel we know what time it is. And Marvin Harrison Jr. absolutely exploded. Absolutely exploded. 4 catches, 131 and 2 touchdowns. And he did all this really in the first half. Like, there was a chance that this guy could have had 4 touchdowns. And there were 2 plays where he had the ball touch his hands in the end zone. One was the ball was kind of across his body. The other one, it was just a jump ball situation. Literally, this guy almost had 4 touchdowns today. He really should have had 4 touchdowns today. So Marvin Harrison Jr. to the mother freaking moon. All the doubters, all the doubters. I just put in my Patreon. Guys, join the Patreon, by the way. The Patreon link is in the live chat. Join the Patreon. It's where we chat 24/7, 365 about football, and especially on game day, we're in the live chat talking. But here's the link. The link's pinned in the live chat. Patreon link. And in the Patreon, as soon as Marvin Harrison Jr. Had his first touchdown, I went LOL, OL, 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 OL. I got like that H-hand, almost like tick, where I just kept writing LOL. And then he scored his second. I'm all LOL, OL, 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 OL. And I just kept going, and I couldn't retain it. I couldn't retain it. We got Box of Juice saying Mahomes is washed. Please spread the word on that, please, because I'm buying Mahomes at every step. If you think Mahomes is washed, you're the same person. I got like lint or something on my shirt. If you think Mahomes is washed, you're the same. No offense, Box, but you're the same person that probably said MHJ concerned you. Are you kidding me? Mahomes washed? Just wait. Buy low, buy low, buy low. We're 2 weeks into football. And in some cases, guys did bad in week 1 and did good in week 2. Marvin Harrison Jr., case in point. In some cases, guys did good in week 1, did bad in week 2. And, like Gibbs as an example. Jacobs was phenomenal. Let's go through all these players and the potential injuries. Kamara rushed 20 times for 115 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Saints week 2 win. Saints are balling. Added 2 receptions for 65 yards and another touchdown. 4 total touchdowns for Alvin Kamara, single-handedly winning people championships right now, at least at this juncture in the offseason. And gee, I wonder where you heard walking into the entire month of August and September, especially early on when you had final draft week, Where should you be grabbing this guy? Who should you be grabbing when it comes to a lone backfield all by itself? Even the older veteran like Alvin Kamara, where there's some injury concern. This man, just absolute home runs that we've been hitting on this channel. There's some misses, of course, and I'll be accountable for those. I have a couple of them in here. I'll even pull one up right now just so you know. J.K. Dobbins, I admit he looks fantastic. Okay, I'll take a lap on this one. I'll even press the button. I'm accountable for my misses. I'll tell you right now, I do think that he gets hurt at some point because he's the most injury-prone running back in the National Football League. But I will tell you, my misses that I should have told you to just draft him late because he cost you nothing, and then you could just trade him after a month of football if you start getting a little antsy about holding him while he's staying healthy. But I missed on this one, plain and simple. And JK looks fantastic. I will say he'll be, if he can stay healthy, the first running back to ever, and this will eventually happen, to ever become a top 10 running back after an Achilles tear. We've never in the history of fantasy football had a running back that's torn their Achilles tendon, not their ACL, for those typing right now that don't understand the difference, their Achilles tendon and become a top 10 running back. Not a basketball player, not a quarterback, not a wrestler. We're talking about a running back. And so this man right here is doing work. He's doing work. Jordan Mason going out and doing Jordan Mason things. 20 totes, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Wasn't even used as much as he should have been used. But he still did amazing things in this game. He looks strong. He runs aggressive. Jordan Mason to the mother freaking moon. Seriously, this guy is a league winner.
Well, no going back now. You sure you want to do this, Kyle? Yeah, we have to. Let's go. Start the procedure. Masonites assemble.
Masonites assemble. Mason looked absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I see this question a lot. I don't even understand what this means when people put this. I really don't. So I'm gonna put it on screen here. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. I see this all the time in YouTube comments and Instagram comments and in the live stream right now. Garendo ? Garendo? What do you mean, Jackson? What are you asking? Garendo what? What's the question? Are you saying where's Garendo? The backup running back that was the same as Mason when Christian McCaffrey was in there? Garendo is now Mason. Mason's now McCaffrey. I don't understand what you're confused about. Did you expect Garendo to ball out in this game? Because no one said that. I never said that. He's a handcuff that proved by getting in there and getting some touches that he's the backup to Mason. There's no expecting anything. What were you expecting him to do? Because you didn't hear it on this channel. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. And dropping Garendo, if anybody is making decisions about Garendo based on Garendo's game, you don't know what you're looking at. Garendo's a handcuff. You got him for a reason, to protect Mason, not to start him. And if he didn't do anything today, we're not saying things like, do we drop him now? What were you expecting? I don't understand where we're at on that. Jordan Mason's an absolute monster. Alvin Kamara, absolute monster. Show ballers doing baller things. We're winning leagues with these players right here. Jordan Mason, Alvin Kamara, Marvin Harrison Jr., Josh Jacobs, what a monster. What'd we say? Don't panic. Buy him at the right price. He'll probably get more work. They'll probably lean on him. He could struggle with some efficiency, but he did not struggle with efficiency in this game. 32 totes for 151, looking like an absolute monster. Love me some Josh Jacobs, looking like a beast, proving us proud here on the Fantasy Football Show.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man.
Debo, 110 yards.
Loads
Barkley,
dropping and spinning
just wait.
aimlessly in space.
Pacheco got banged up. We'll see how that is. AR5 struggled today. We're going to talk about that. Jacobs, absolute monster. London still to go. We'll wait on that one. Can't wait to see what happens on that front. Buy low on Worthy. Rice did well. These are the Moon Men. Ridley.
Loads in outer space.
Ridley looking really, really good. Murray, absolutely fantastic. Rice balling. Worthy, buy him low. Buy him low. DK Metcalf, who is this sharp young man that absolutely balled? This guy's balling tonight. Or Monday night. Walker's injured right now, but Sharps, his counterpart, did pretty good today. This duo is effective. Like, it'll be okay. We'll see on this. Ford should be effective still. This is a good list. Fields 2-0. Like, we're smashing, given these are bolder calls, especially on this board. But we're going to head back to the news front. Again, for anybody that doesn't know, Christian McCaffrey's to miss 6+ weeks now. Could be longer than that. Puka's out 5 to 7 weeks. Kyler Murray's balling. Kyler Murray is balling. What an absolute monster. Dobbins, we went over that. Jahmyr Gibbs, a buy low right now for sure. 13 totes for 84 yards against the Bucks, adding 22 yards on 7 receptions. That was kind of interesting when I saw that, because I was like 22 yards, probably like 2 or 3 catches, right? And I remembered him catching more, but you look at the box score, 7 receptions. So at the end of the day, he got 9 points in the PPR front, 8 points. That's a pretty good day when you think about it. But you still could buy low. The opportunity to buy low is still present with that outing. Anthony Richardson was disastrous in this game. It's going to happen. There's going to be some ups and downs with this kid. This is still his rookie season, essentially. I mean, mentally, he went through a whole year, but he did not physically. He only played really 2 full games last year. So he's going to have some ups and downs. And 204 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions in his week 2 loss against the Packers. That final reception was a launch into the end zone at the end, so it's not really his fault at that last one. 4 rushes for 37 yards. He ran the ball well. Buy low opportunity for AR5. Some of you are struggling at quarterback, so it makes sense to go attack a player like that that's got tons of upside but little risk. Metcalf, as I just showed you, 10 of 14 targets, 10 receptions, 129 and a tutty. This guy went crazy today. Good luck buying him low. He was a fantastic buy low wide receiver walking into the week. Brian Robinson, we talked about him all day, all last night. Very steady. You got him. You're expecting a big game. I expected the Washington Commanders, who won, to be up by a lot, though. Or maybe be up by a lot and run the ball, but it still worked out. He still got the same kind of run that he would have. Different game script, but 17 totes, 133. Very, very solid running back, too, right now. Very, very solid. Calvin Ridley finally showing up. Finally showing up. Ridley, we were a little worried and panicked in the first quarter. We're just wondering if he's just going to never, ever develop or come to fruition. But 4 of 6 targets, 77 yards, and a touchdown. But that's not it. If you didn't watch the game, keep reading. Adding a 10-yard touchdown rush as well. 2 touchdowns for Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley doing the Riddy. Doing the Riddy in the end zone. Devontae Adams finally came around to this one, but I'm going to tell you to sell on this. Sell in this game. It didn't feel like it was going to go this way. It did at the end. Got a touchdown. He definitely looks like he's losing a little bit of I would say, an edge, if not just motivation. It could be that he goes somewhere else. Maybe he's playing injured or something, and he does play very, very well. Think of Mixon. Mixon looked very broken down and worn down and kind of done in 2023. He obviously was playing with some injuries, and he comes in and looks fresh. That could happen for Adams, or if he gets traded to the Jets mid-season, something like that. But I would sell him on his 9, 110 and a touchdown. It's just a good opportunity to sell and buy low. Deebo Samuel, 8 of 10 for 110 yards, and the 49ers they got lambasted by the Vikings. Darnold put it on him. And, we got to have a conversation about Darnold. I get it. I don't think he's going to be a fantasy starter for anybody, but is he acceptable to help JJ if JJ can stay healthy and if JJ can get healthy? And on that front, Justin Jefferson, considered day-to-day. He had the quad. Now, it looked bad because he was very, 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 very shaky coming off the field, walking very slow, looked like an ACL tear or something. And then they showed the replay, and he got kneed right in the quad. Now, that can put your quad in a state of not being able to function for an entire day, maybe 4 days, a week, whatever. But I don't know that there's going to be tremendous amount of risk for multiple games missed or even one game missed. I think he just needs a day or two so that shock can go down, because it's like almost like a nerve. You just, the quad is just locked up because it got kneed really hard. So this is good news, not bad news. Probably not missing games with a quad injury unless there's some sort of like tear or something. That is certainly possible. Chris Godwin, this is J.K. Dobbins and Chris Godwin are probably my take-a-lap moments this week. And I'm going to have them, and I'm totally willing to be accountable, and I want you guys to know that. And it is what it is. Like, I missed on this guy. I don't know that he's going to continue this all year, so I'm tempted to look at maybe seeing what I can flip him for to buy low, sell high, buy low, but not count him out anymore. 7 of 8, they moved him into the slot. He's moving all over the field, a whole lot more room to run. And teams are going to try and lock down Evans like they did today, which is going to open up a lot of room for Godwin. So Godwin was fantastic. Okay, 7 of 8, 117, and a touchdown. He'll continue to be a very, very strong elite wide receiver too, potentially. Maybe, maybe not, but I definitely am not going to count him out moving into the coming weeks. We'll just have to see what the questions are. But Godwin looked like a very, very, very good player in this game. And he just looked the part. He looked very solid, very secure. Always comes with a little injury risk, but you got to set that all aside at the cost of entry where you got him. Derrick Henry, I would sell. He just looked very sluggish. He ends up getting into a good situation here and there. It happens. He could continue to do that all year, but I do think he eventually gets injured or he starts to slow even more. 18 for 84 and a touch was actually a very good line on paper. I think if you watched the game, you were a little bit more worried at certain spots. I would get rid of Derrick Henry the first chance I get. CeeDee Lamb, 4 of 7 targets for 90 yards and a touchdown. Love the guy. Probably my number one wide receiver right now going forward. It would maybe be this guy, Cooper Kupp, but Cooper Kupp doubtful to return during the game after he suffered an ankle injury, is looking like he's going to miss maybe, I hope not a lot of time. It may be a game, it may not be. I don't think it's going to be multiple games. You never know. It doesn't look like a high ankle, but we'll have more on this situation later on. But Cooper Kupp, definitely an injury, probably a lower ankle, which is better than a high ankle, but you never know. Sometimes ankle sprains are very bad. Sometimes they're not that bad at all. He didn't go back into the game, which tells me that it was bad enough that I think we could maybe anticipate the possibility of a missed game. I don't know if we'd anticipate more than that. Braylon Allen, one of our darling handcuffs, waiver wire grabs. Just know that you're winning a league if he ever gets into the lineup. Knock on wood, we don't want Breece Hall to ever get injured. We're never rooting for that. We're never cheering for that. But we do chew gum and walk at the same time. So if something did happen, we would be devastated. But at the same time, we'd be coming in here to celebrate this potential Jordan Mason that's left out there on waivers. And we talk about it on the waiver wire each week. Braylon Allen has the potential, probably out of really almost any player on the waiver wire, of being the absolute stud that you want to find on waivers when injury strikes or a player pops up. This guy ran 7 times for 33 yards, had a touchdown, also adding 23 yards receiving and another touchdown, a 2-touchdown day for Braylon Allen. It was a fantastic day. I'm not scared of him taking a lot of Breece Hall's work. Breece Hall is explosive, but they will start using both of them moving forward, but not in a way that we're scared or petrified of Breece Hall. He does get enough work. So Braylon Allen is an absolute monster. Amon-Ra St. Brown caught 11 passes out of 19 targets. Like, what's going on with him or going on with Goff? You know, to have that many targets, this could have been a 400-yard game. 119 yards, and then he got injured. So we're waiting to see on the injury, the knee. There's a lot of concern roaming around news wires, so we'll definitely have more on that information in a little bit, hopefully while we're on the show. But once I know more, I'll give you that information, and I'll even do a quick little gander around all of my sources and chat groups and see if I can cook up anything real quickly on Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I'm not seeing anything really concrete out there. There's nothing concrete to go on, so hang tight on that. But he did get injured. We'll have to play that by ear. J-Mo's been banged up too, so you got to watch that entire team. They might lean on Gibbs a lot going forward, so hang tight on that. Kyler Murray, as I mentioned, going absolutely bonkers. 266, 3 touchdowns in week 2, adding 5 carries for 59 yards, throwing so much love in the direction of our boy the doubted man, Marvin Harrison Jr. looking like a top 1 to 5 wide receiver of the future, and that could happen soon, very soon. He could be that by the end of the season in everyone's top 5. He might already be after one game, after all that doubt. Keenan Allen, for those that need to know this information now, inactive for week 2 against the Texans, so know that. Adunze, assuming there's no setbacks, should give it a go. We'll find out more on Adunze and everything, so hang tight. Okay, so let me get to these last final clippings here. We got Brandon Ayuk. Let's just say this. Like, could he bounce back and be good? Yeah, but what did I tell you? I called this thing to a mother flipping T the entire offseason. The only thing I got wrong on the Brandon Ayuk front was when he would request his trade. Because remember I said he's going to request a trade? He didn't. People got all crazy. This is Smitty, you obviously don't know this one all. He's staying. And we knew there's a chance he would eventually stay, but it would get messy. He'd follow the Deebo Samuel blueprint, which would mean he has a horrible season, or at least a horrible start to the year, because he won't be in tune. He'll be out of sync, and he might get injured because of the holdout. He's been trash. He's been absolute trash. He looks like trash. He plays like trash. And maybe he gets better as the season goes along. But he just absolutely looks like he doesn't know what he's doing on the field. He's dropping balls. Brandon Ayuk caught 4 or 5 targets for 43 yards. And he's just not involved like he was either. And that's probably not being in tune with his quarterback. Brock Bowers is him. He's him. He's him. I'm telling you. Absolutely him. And 98 yards on his 9 targets, caught all 9 of them. You throw it to this man, it's like throwing a Velcro ball at a Velcro pad. It just sticks. And Bowers is doing Bowers things. St. Brown, we got that one out of the way. I think I'm caught up on all the news. I think so. Let me just pull all this stuff over to see if there's anything buried that I didn't realize I skipped over. I think I got it all taken care of, but that is all the news right now. We've got super chats to go through, and then we got a game to watch. So Max says, I traded Sharps and Goddard for Mark Andrews. What do you think? I mean, it's okay. I don't know. I think both of you lose because no one really gains. In a trade, I want someone to gain. This is very, very close. I'm not a big Andrews guy. So I'd say, if Charbonnet ends up starting multiple games or something, this could be something you lose. But right now it's pretty evenish, I guess. Just got offered MHJ for my Amon-Ra St. Brown. You take MHJ and you run because Amon-Ra's injured and MHJ might be better with J-Mo looking as good as he's looking. Definitely not liking the Amon-Ra side as much right now. Save me. Mahomes, Kyron, Achane, Amon-Ra, Cup, Pitts, Dell. There's nothing to save here. You got to wait for your guys to get healthy. You can't. I mean, you could sell Achane high if you wanted to, but what would you go get? I'm gonna wait out with this team. I assume you're 1-1 or 0-2, right? Let's see what happens with Cooper Kupp this week. Amon-Ra, Cooper Kupp could both play or they could both sit. I think panicking would be a mistake at this point. You have a really good team, so I would say stand down for the moment, bro.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
Your team is very solid. It's just they're banged up. And I think you can't sell out of that situation. Otherwise, you're just going to dig a hole. Smitty, half PPR, need 4 points, London or Dotson. I'm going London. You drafted London in the second round. Are you ready to bench him like people did Marvin Harrison Jr. this week? You're benching a second-round player for 1 week that disappointed you. MHJ, baby, led me to victory. Plus, I won $150 on Underdog. Code Smitty. Now I need 40 points from CJ and Nico to complete the sweep in fantasy. Let's go. Appreciate you, Andre. And MHJ to the moon. MHJ to Saturn. MHJ is the mother flipping man. He's cooking.
Let him cook.
MHJ season is here to mother flipping stay. Andre, appreciate you, my main man. Joey coming in, panic on Mahomes? Absolutely not. I'm buying. No way I'm panicking on Mahomes. I have Murray and MHJ as a double stack fire. Love it, bro. Fantastic. Nico or Devontae Smith, I go. I probably go. Probably Devontae Smith, but bro, you need both of them in there. Make a trade. Who scores tonight? Need a lock anytime TD? Hurts. I mean, is that an option for you? Look at my comment, says Julian. Julian, you got to put it in the super chat, bro. I'll go look for it, but this puts it behind because I'm in like a groove here. I can't go looking for a comment that's completely separate from this. You got to put it in the super chat, pal. I'll go look for it though, but please next time put it in there. Tyreek and likely for MHJ and Corum. Tyreek and likely for MHJ and Corum. Tyreek and likely. I would take at this current moment in time. Damn, guys, are we reacting too much? Are we reacting too much? Can I get a comment on this one? Tyreek Hill or MHJ? Please let me know your thoughts on this, please. Okay, I'll set that there. We'll come back to it. We'll get a chat vote. I think maybe, yeah, I think maybe you're going to get a split on this one because I think people are going to be pretty worried about Tyreek. But there was news today, and I think I have it still up here, that Tua Tagovailoa is not even considering retirement. He has no plans to retire. But that could even change once he visits with doctors, and he's still doing that. So hang tight. Tyreek, MHJ, over Hill, MHJ, Tyreek, Hill over MHJ, Dell going off, Dell, 5 TDs, Hill. It's pretty split. I think trust your gut, Fitzy, because I honestly am going back and forth. MHJ is that good to me. That's how much I liked him going into the year, and I feel like I've been vindicated coming out of week 2. And I think I'm a little biased. I don't know that I'm the right person to answer this particular question because I feel like I'm on cloud 9 with MHJ right now. So I don't know. I probably want more. I think that's what you probably should do. If you like it, I like the idea. Act like you deserve more, even though you might not. And Tyreek Hill, though, isn't going to be the same player for as long as Tua is out. So it's a tough one. Let's get moonshots for Neighbors. Put some respect on the man's name. Neighbors, we put respect on Neighbors' name all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's do it, though. We'll do it live. Neighbors to the moon. Appreciate you, Red, for dropping the super chat. Red, MHJ, Neighbors, looking fantastic. This one from Jeb. Jeb says, before the season begins, I traded Aaron Rodgers. I have Josh Allen, B. Hall, and Marvin Harrison for CMC and Olave. You traded Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, and Marvin Harrison Jr. for Why would you trade that in a keeper or dynasty league where Christian McCaffrey's 28 years old going in with a calf injury, even if he didn't have the calf injury yet? What are you doing trading Breece Hall and Marvin Harrison Jr.? Might be I'm sorry, Jeb, and I appreciate your $5 hauler, but you know I'm always honest on this channel. This might be one of the biggest laps of all time.
Wrong. Get lammed. Get breached.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special message from the Bruce's mother.
Get Bijan.
Bijan card has been revoked.
Bro, this one's hard to stomach because basically, bro, I would rather have Breece Hall alone over Christian McCaffrey and Olave in a dynasty format. And you gave up. I'd rather have MHJ alone over Christian McCaffrey and Olave in a dynasty format. I'd rather have just one of those pieces. And you gave up Hall, and so that's a hard pill to swallow. Jeb, I'm sorry. Jeb's like, I'm out of here. Jeb, you put it out there. I'm just telling you. You wanted me to maybe say, yeah, I agree, it's pretty bad, or talk you out of feeling bad about it, but I can't. I'm giving up on Garrett Wilson. Nobody wants him. Yeah, that's why you can't give up on him. You have to just hold him, bro, because no one's going to trade for him. MHJ will be the cornerstone for Dynasty to the moon. Absolutely. I love the people doubted him. People doubted MHJ. They did.
Hi. What would you like?
Footballs, please. Lots of footballs, please.
Coming up.
He's Marvin, he's 11 feet tall, and he loves to consume the football. He's Kyler, he's 4 feet tall, but Star and Marvin will answer the call. They're Kyler and Marvin.
So wild. Saturn shot for you, Smitty. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. I'll take it. I'll take it, pal. Thank you for the super chat, my guy. Matt coming in. Does JSN high wide receiver 2 upside, buy low on Olave? Yeah, I buy low on Olave, and I'd probably say JSN does have maybe low end wide receiver 2 upside, but more like high end wide receiver 3 upside for now. But definitely got some upside. Definitely somebody I would buy for sure. But I don't know if I'd be putting him at high wide receiver 2 yet. My team is Mason, Jacobs, Chase Brown at running back, wide receivers Lamb, Cup, Tank Dell, Coleman. Should I trade Lamb for depth? No, I think look, Jacobs and Mason are playing great. Lamb and Cup and Tank are fine. You're freaking out a little bit. Don't dilute your starting lineup because Cup's injured. Let's see what Cup's injury is before you freak out and dilute your team. So stand down. Don't even consider making a trade in the state that you're in, bro. Somebody take his keys. Somebody take his keys. Somebody take his phone so he doesn't have access to his league. Odds Drake London has an MHJ type night, like a baby version of it. Yeah, I think so. I hope we come in here and we start laughing and pointing fingers at people and going, London hater, because it's just weird. It's really weird, as I said before. Can I get a Fred Warner to the moon? Yeah, Fred Warner is looking pretty dang good, bro.
To the moon.
He's such a beast. Fred Warner is such a monster. And you can tell he's like pissed off at his team because he never messes up really. He's always carrying the Niners and he's like, get with it. Everybody else play like me. Is the Chiefs play scheme running the ball more going to continue and affect Mahomes? One thing about Andy Reid is he always changes things up. He always surprises you. He never is really somebody you can pin down. I'm not worried about it. Mahomes still had a decent day considering, and I think he's going to be an absolute buy low, saving your season type of player. Keep in mind, players have had mediocre starts to the year that have been far longer than a 2-game stretch. You can't knee-jerk react. You have to look at the offense. You have to look at the arsenal of weaponry. You have to look at everything involved, and there's nothing here, not one red flag. In my opinion, not one red flag. The team's great. The team wins. The team has weapons galore up and down the lineup. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. So where's the red flag? That tells me to buy. That tells me whatever we're seeing here is not real. And if you don't act on it, you're going to be very upset at yourself. I try to tell people to go get MHJ. If I'm telling you to go get Mahomes with the same passion, might want to pay attention to it. Thoughts on Chase, sell Devontae Smith for Olave. I'm not selling Devontae Smith. Let Devontae Smith go out and ball first, bro. He's about to ball out. So no, I don't want Olave over Devontae Smith. Thoughts on Pickens, McLaurin. Just kind of, they're hard players to start if you've got like BT and players like that. Cam with a $6.99 super chat. HN. Advice with Cup hurt. You got to wait. You can't make any drastic moves with Cup injured right now. You got Hall and HN and Jacobs. You're fantastic. You got Cooper Cup. You got MHJ. You got BT Reed. You're fine. Like, you don't need to do anything. This team's very good. If anything, I'm maybe using Reed or somebody to upgrade Dak, or you just wait on Love. But you got to hold and stand strong. Your team's very good. People wanting to panic because of Cup. You don't even know what Cup's situation is yet. And I'll keep refreshing. Maybe that's breaking as I'm speaking, and that's why you're asking me. I don't know. Let me just go look. Let me see. Do I see anything? I don't. Pacheco suffered an ankle injury, and he's undergoing tests right now. So the Lion Heart might be called upon, by the way. Stroud, Antonio Brown. Make sure P. Ryan and Lionheart aren't, you got to put claims in. We'll go over the waiver stuff after the game tonight. Stroud and A.J. Brown, Neighbors, Addison, Dell, Cooks, Robinson Jr., Mixon, Barkley. Trade strengthen at wide receiver, hold steady. Look, A.J. Brown's injured. Don't judge him. Neighbors is fantastic. Dell's great. I think your receivers are stronger than you think. Another hold. Let Stroud play. Mixon, let him play. Barkley, let him play. There's nothing here. Brian Robinson Jr. is a great running back 3, and maybe you use him to upgrade. I don't know. You could potentially look to upgrade one of your players, your wide receivers, but I would just let it play out. I'm going to say hold on that one too. Some of you have really good teams, and I think you're thinking you've got to dilute and divide and conquer. You don't. $10 hauler: Mason, Hurts, Lamb, London, Hall, Connor, ETN. Fantastic team. JMO might become a lot more valuable here in a second. Was offered McCaffrey for Hall. I bet you were. And the fact that you're even asking, Craig, concerns me, because it doesn't matter if you have Mason. Don't let the allure of putting these two magnets together make you want to give up the better player. Breece Hall is a first-round player. Christian McCaffrey, if we redrafted today, knowing everything we know now, knowing he's out about 6+ weeks, bro, McCaffrey wouldn't go in the first 4 rounds. So why would you trade Breece Hall for McCaffrey? This is for your own good. And so you'll remember it. Craig, I appreciate you. I hope you know that. Julian, let me go find your question. Why not put that question in the super chat, Julian? Let's hear. I'm down 20 points, half PPR. I have Nico left and the defense, okay? And a D. Which D? Bears D. Got Bears D and Texans D. Which one? There's the question. Texans, baby. Texans D. Easy call. Bears D's better, but I think Caleb gets kind of ruffled. I think his feathers get ruffled. I think they knocked the nail polish off his nails tonight. That's what I'm going to say, bro. That's what I'm going to do. Appreciate you all. Got caught up on the super chats. We'll open the phone lines briefly. Thank you, Julian. Julian, appreciate you. I'm not mad at you, by the way. I'm just letting you know to put it in there. Texans for sure. Yeah, Texans are a real good play in this one. They're going to find nail polish paintings on the ground, just right around where Caleb gets hit. I'm like, bro, those things came right off. Those things came right off. All right, let's open the phone lines. We got one more super chat by Drama. It says, pick up Adunze. Have DJ Moore already? Yes, I would pick up Adunze. Drop Freiermuth if he's your backup. Drop Deontay after that if you need to. Those are very easy drops. Sebastian, you got 30 seconds. What can I do for you?
How do we feel about Justin Fields right now? I know he's looking pretty solid in real life, but it's not really translating to fantasy. What are your thoughts on him at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably get better, but it's not. Yeah, there are better plays. You know what I mean? Like whenever I get asked a Justin Fields question, I'm always like, yeah, it's like you got hit with injury, like it makes sense, but you're not contemplating starting him over Kyler or AR5, even if AR5 had a bad day. You're not doing any of that. But Fields is on a roster where somebody got rocked and injured.
Yeah, because it was more about like a best ball thing. Because I had a lot of Anthony Richardson shares today. I'm like, I hope Justin Fields pops off because I have a lot of them like on best ball. But is he worth the roster spot? Even if I have like a Jalen Hurts to like maybe move him to the team that might be QB needy. And
I mean, it depends, bro. Can you trade quarterbacks in your league or can you not? I mean, it's very case by case. I think Fields has some value, but it depends. Every league's going to be completely different. Some leagues have quarterbacks sitting out there on waivers like Stafford. So no one's going to take a Fields in a trade. Some leagues have nobody available and they're down quarterbacks. So you just got to look at your own rosters, bro. I can't really tell you. There's no blanket way to attack that. That's a case by case. Fields has zero value in some leagues, and he has good value in others. Especially Superflex.
Okay. But yeah, no, I just thought it was pretty interesting considering he was written off by a lot of people before the season started, and
Not us.
like real life isn't translating to fantasy. So I thought he's an interesting case.
He'll get better in fantasy. He'll get better. Keep in mind, he's really still kind of playing Russell Wilson's playbook in a way, because they've been like, Russell Wilson's are, we're waiting for him to come back, and they've never really. It sucks because the same thing happened to Fields in Chicago. Like, they never really supported him the right way. Pittsburgh should be saying he's our starter, and we're not looking back. If they do that and they start structuring everything around him, you might see him be a little bit more consistent. I mean, they're practicing around him in practice, but it's a big difference when you're granted the starting job. Everything's about you. They've been worried about Russell Wilson. They keep him, practicing. They're still rotating him to a degree. Russell's doing very little, but all right, got to go, Sebastian. Appreciate you, but yeah, he's case by case, bro. This one here from Craig: Mason, Hurts, Lamb, London, Hall, Connor, ETN, McConkey, JMO. I already did that one. Who would you offer for McCaffrey? For McCaffrey, not Hall, Craig. Not Hall. Not Connor. Not ETN. Not even London. Not Lamb, of course. Not Hurts. JMO. JMO, McConkey for McCaffrey. Why not? I would do that. But that's it. You don't be giving those big boys up for a guy that may never be the same again. Niner fan will come in and go, yeah, I'm really excited about and I love my Niner fans, but you guys sometimes have goggles on this stick. And they'll come in and go, I'm really happy and proud of the Niners for doing the right thing so that Christian McCaffrey will come back 100%. He's not coming back. He might come back, but he's not going to be the same player. It's like getting Uncle Bud back from being abducted by aliens. You got him back, but he's not the same guy. Okay, he's got a screw loose, and he'll never be the same. Smashed it this week already, Smitty. Thank you. Any moves? Hurts, Rice, Adams, Bijan, Mason. No moves, in my opinion, other than trying to use, let's see, Swift and Olave together, Monty and Olave. I'm going to buy Jamar Chase on the cheap with this particular team. I know that people are worried about him, but that's why you're buying him dirt cheap. Monty and Olave get you Jamar Chase. Try it. And hang tight, callers. Mute yourself if you could real quick. I just got to get through these super chats. I'm up 136 to 117, half PPR. My opponent has Stroud and Diggs. Can I start one? I can start one, Tank or Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is going to get wide receiver 1 looks, bro. I love Tank Dell. I want Tank Dell in your lineup as well, but Devontae Smith is probably safer. And while Tank can rotate popping off, and he certainly could in this game, and I like Tank and I want him in there, I'm not telling you to sit Tank Dell. You may want to put in the guy that is the number 1 wide receiver for his high octane offense versus the guy that rotates, but it could be the rotation time. I can't tell you that Tank's not going to have 150 yards. I love Tank this week. So not to confuse you, but I feel like you should have made a trade and you should have both of them in your lineup. Found the show last year a bit too late, but Smitty, things are going well this year. Cheers. Thumbs up. Subscribe, everyone. Thank you, Just Jay. Yeah, and he's right. Hit that subscribe button if you could, guys. Far too many people don't hit the subscribe button when they watch. It really helps the channel out. And please slap that thumb up button while you're in here. Favorite player over score a TD. Over and score a TD. I definitely think Hurts is tomorrow. Hurts. Tonight, I think I answered that question when someone asked me that. I was answering the question for tomorrow. For tonight, I would say, can you use quarterbacks in this format? And I don't know if you're asking me who's going to score first, but if you can use quarterbacks, obviously Stroud. If it has to be a non-QB that you're asking me to predict this for, I'm going to say Mixon is probably the guy you want. And then over Tank Dell yardage, whatever Tank Dell's yardage is, I'm probably going to love that over. I don't know what it is in front of me right now, but this is going to be the year of the running back mashed potato. That's why running back was this show's favorite strategy even using best player available was always pretty much the favorite strategy. I traded Love, Devontae Adams, Travis Etienne, and Likely for Justin Jefferson, Josh Allen, and Mark Andrews and Puka. How did I do? I mean, if you can weather the injuries that you're enduring right now, it's pretty solid. I would rather have your side healthy. Can you weather through? Is JJ going to be back? I mean, I don't know. It's a creative play. I'll tell you that, and I hope you get healthy quick. Not a good start, Smitty. My team is Dak, Bijan, Walker, Pollard, Ray Davis, Garendo, Ayuk, Pittman, Shaheed, Dobbs, Whittington, Kittle. I'm down 12. It's probably bad because you don't have any wide receivers. Like Ayuk was a total avoid. Pittman was kind of a void for me, kind of always is. Kittle's obviously playing pretty well, down 12. Where you must have got hit with an injury. Maybe you have CMC on the bench or something, because how do you have Bijan and Ayuk and like those are your, I don't understand what we're looking at here. Yeah, down 12. Do I do a trade? What can you trade? Let Bijan go off. That's your only player you can even sell high. So you can't even do a trade right now, or you're selling completely low. Let Bijan go off. Let's reassess. And who else are you missing? There's no way this is the team that you drafted. You're missing somebody. Other than that, you took Ayuk in the second round and you're a Niner fan, because there's nothing that explains where a missing player is. Traded CMC for JJ right before he was put on IR. Big win, Tyler. Obviously, you got hit today with an injury, but, hopefully it'll be okay. No questions. I'm killing it. Thanks to Smitty. Thank you, Big Red. Appreciate you. Joey, $5 hauler. What moves do you make? Mahomes, Taylor, Aaron Jones. Don't sell Mahomes. Don't sell MHJ. Don't sell London. Hold Nakua unless somebody gives you the right offer for him. I don't know. This is a pretty good team. I maybe sell Aaron Jones if you can. Aaron Jones on the high. Aaron Jones with what, though? I don't know that you have much to sell. I think you wait it out in this situation. Let's see what happens and see if London gets any value for you. There's not much you can sell. There's nobody you could, if you wanted to, maybe turn MHJ into 2 players. But I think we get through London's game here tomorrow and we figure out what you can do next. But I think you stand down and hold. Zach with a $20 hauler. Zach, you get a Mars shot, my guy.
2 more.
Appreciate you, Zach. Zach with the $20 hauler. Where's my board? There we go. Hey, Smitty, 4 years watching now. You're a dog. Any moves for my PPR team? Starters are Packers, QB. Okay. Team QB. Mason, Mixon, Diggs, Amon-Ra, Scary Terry, Kittle, benches, Steeler. Man. I mean, look, see what Diggs does tonight. Might give you some trade value. Mixon might give you some trade value or even more value. Let's see what happens. And you can't sell Amon-Ra. I wouldn't sell Mason unless the right offer comes along, but we could explore that. Maybe going after Christian McCaffrey makes some sense, but I don't even know if you have the firepower to do that, because you just, what are you going to give up? No one's going to take any of the bench fodder. So I don't know that you're going to be able to pull that off. Honestly, if it's me, I'd consider Mason for, like, example, if Tank Dell does bad tonight or does mediocre, but you're feeling good about it. Like a Tank Dell and if Pacheco didn't get hurt, a Pacheco Tank Dell for a Mason type of move, that might be your only way. There's not much you can do with that team because it doesn't have any depth at all to make the trade. Superfish said, thank you for the $20 hauler, but let's attack it after the game, bro, and see what's what. Smitty has the hammer and is nailing players after player after player. Smitty, the super goat. Thank you, Superfish. Appreciate you dropping that amazing message.
2 more.
I mean, we don't hit everything, I admit that, but we are doing pretty damn well this year. We're doing pretty damn. And Cooper Kupp injury really kind of kicks us in the gut because that's such a big prediction for the show. It always happens. One of the biggest predictions starts going off and then they get hurt, or whatever. But I have JD5, Love, Hall, Kyron, K9, Chase Brown, Jalen Wright, Devontae Smith, Godwin, Pickens, Ferguson, thinking Godwin has trade value. He does. And for those that want to say, don't trade Godwin, sometimes you got to trade Godwin when you know you need to make a move. You got an injured K9, but you still got Hall and Kyron. You've got Devontae Smith, McLaurin, Godwin. Maybe Godwin and maybe a K9 injured can get you into a running back like JT or something like that. Or maybe you buy low on Gibbs right now. I would try to buy low on Gibbs using Godwin and potentially, I don't think you're going to get that with K9 and Godwin, but You could try JT. You could try going after. Try Gibbs. Try Gibbs. Kyron, don't trade him. Hall, don't trade him. You got a really good team. K9. You could go after a wide receiver. Go after Jamar Chase using Godwin and Walker. I think Jamar Chase is deserving of that, and I think he'll bounce back. Thursday killed me. Have Tua, Hill, Waddle, and also lost Puka. Just traded Kyron for Jacobs and Rice. I don't hate that move for your situation, honestly. That was a good move for you. Jacobs and Rice is a fantastic duo for one running back that's not the number, one like Bijan, let's say, or even Hall. Kyron's ranked lower. I like Kyron as much, but 12-team PPR. Kyron, Mixon, amon-ra, St. Brown, London, DJ Moore, Mason, likely. Benches, B-Rob, Javante. Any moves should I be currently you're 0-1 playing for the highest score? Let's see here. Kyler, Kyron, Mixon, amon-ra, London, DJ Moore. This is a good team, Mason. I like this team a lot. B-Rob and DJ Moore for one player, and try going after Jamar Chase. Just try. You might get him. DJ Moore and B-Rob could get him. You never know. Throw in a Doomsday. You never know. Go after a top dog like JT. JT had a good day, but it wasn't like knock your socks off day. Maybe DJ Moore and B-Rob, who also did well, B-Rob. And DJ Moore might do good tonight, and then you have more weapons. But that's your package. Trade those two players for one player. That is your way. That is your way. And the last super chat, and then I'll help Rags real quick. Rags, I'm going to have to be quick with you, but if I had a penny for every headache Chase has given me the last 2 years, Jamar Chase does offer a lot of headaches. Rags, real quickly, bro, what can I do for you?
Hey, Smitty, I know you've been sort of on the train, or at least thinking about wanting to move Devontae Adams for teams that have him. Who do you think I should go after if I'm moving Devontae Adams? Do you think I could who do I pair him up with? Could I get a Jamar Chase potentially?
Yes. I think you could. You might have to give up more. You certainly might have to give up more.
Would you do Waddle and Adams for Chase?
Waddle and Adams for Chase. Waddle and Adams for Chase. I think that's a little much. I think that is a little much. And I'm sorry, I'm putting the game on because the game just started. Can you get somebody back? Is there somebody that's available to throw in that they might not see as a good? Because Chase is a buy low right now, and you're buying him as if he's not.
I could potentially try to swing like a Amari Cooper, Josh Jacobs.
Oh, if you got Jacobs in that, it'd be a home run, but I don't think you're going to get that. That's a lot to ask. I would try.
Yeah, I don't think.
Like a Dell.
I'll try to make it happen.
Like a Dell or something.
Yeah. And do you like Nico more than Jamar? Or
for that, no. Would I trade Adams for Nico? Yes. Would I trade Adams for Jamar Chase? Yes. Would I trade Adams for Adams and something like what else do you have in your team to add to Adams other than what you said? Because that's too much.
I got. Let's see. It's tough. I could do. I have Jaden Daniels on the bench. I have Charbonnet, but my bench is a bunch of backup running backs right now, just as handcuffs.
Yeah. I don't know, bro.
Let me think of something.
Yeah,
when I have a trade offer,
let's wait. All right, thanks, Rags. Appreciate it. Come to me with solid offer. All right, later. Ray, Bay Area. Your Bay Area. You got 20 seconds. Go.
Yo, hey Smitty, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey man, so I got a pretty rough week. Maybe you can give me some insight on like what I could do. So I got Josh Allen. Obviously MHJ obviously went off this week, which I'm grateful for, but I got amon-ra, St. Brown, Ramondre Stevenson. I had put in Charbonnet. I have Kyle Pitts going tomorrow. Michael Pittman Jr. And then my bench is like Tajay Spears, Chase Brown.
I'm not writing all this down, by the way, man. So hit me with the question. Hit me with the question.
Yeah. What I have right now?
I don't really have all that information in my head, man. Read it off again real quickly because I don't have time to write it all down and do a whole marker board session. But go ahead.
Real quick. Yeah. So MHJ, amon-ra. I just feel like I'm like a little thin at running back.
Okay.
I got Stevenson and Charbonnet.
Charbs.
And so
Yeah, but
and
what
then
do you
Kyle
what,
Pitts obviously tomorrow.
what are you gonna trade though? Like who are you thinking of trading? MHJ, who just went crazy? Like, I mean, you could maybe do that, but what's your team gonna look like? Who are you getting? Like, can you trade MHJ for Jamar Chase and Pacheco? Like, can you do something crazy? Sure, but like, am I trading MHJ and trying to get, like a I don't know. I feel like sometimes there's not a move to make. You said you had no bench players really of note, right?
I mean, I have JSN, but I just don't know if that's going to be consistent.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's giving you much for that. And who's your other? You have your running backs are list your top 4 running backs.
I have Ramondre, Charbonnet, Tajay Spears, and Chase Brown.
And then your third, you got MHJ and St. Brown. You said you can't trade him. So who's your third and fourth wide receiver?
I got JSN and then Michael Pittman Jr.
And your quarterback, yeah, you can't trade anything. You don't have any ability to unless you trade MHJ. But you gotta luck out, bro, and get like let's say Dell goes out and has an okay day. But you still feel very good. Like he has a touchdown overthrow again, or a touchdown gets called back, but the stat sheet doesn't look good. Maybe you can get Tank Dell and then get a running back like Jacobs, not anymore, but that type of player. We knew Jacobs would be undervalued. You get 2 players for MHJ that have that kind of upside. So the running backs that come to mind, I don't know. I don't know that you're going to be able like JSN and MHJ for Gibbs and Dell or something like that. That's the only hope you have of turning a 2 into 2, and the 2's quietly as good, if not better.
Right. Okay.
So maybe go to the Gibbs owner and see what wide receivers they have to do an MHJ trade. But that's it. I'm not trading MHJ unless I'm getting some baller trade, bro. All right, I got to go. Later, bro. Okay. I Smitty the Fool, Booker T Voice, Smash Trades. Appreciate you, bro. Michael to the moon. Phone lines are closed. I'm sorry. The phone lines are even minimized, so I don't see anybody calling. Stratosphere. Appreciate you, Superfish, dropping that. Watt on screen. Should I trade Kincaid for Kelsey? I would rather have Kelsey, I think, right now, but that doesn't mean in Dynasty or Keeper, And I still love Kincaid. I'm not giving up on Kincaid, but I think I think Kelsey's going to do something. I do think Mahomes is going to have a big year. I don't know why everyone's panicking on Patrick Mahomes right now. They're panicking on Patrick Mahomes. Not just like, I don't know if he's going to be quite as good as you're saying, Smitty. I don't really, no offense, I don't mean this in a mean way, but I don't care if other people don't believe it. I believe it. I believe it, and just like I believed in Marvin Harrison Jr., with the passion that I did, I believe in Mahomes with the very same passion. And the reason I say that, and I'll have a buy low video this week on it, so we'll beat it like a dead horse, is there are 0 red flags. He had 2 touchdowns. He had 29 yards scrambling. He only had 151, but he had 18. He was 18 for 25. He had 2 INTs, but he was 18 for 25. And the Bengals have his number, and they finally they won this game, but this is not, people are over analyzing this thing way too much, and it makes me smile. Are you still Jacobs over Stevenson rest of season? Yeah, I am. Jacobs was a monster. Half PPR, redraft, Josh Allen, running back 1 is Pollard, running back 2, Javonte. That's some weak RB action, my guy. JJ hurt, Olave underperforming for the most part. Michael Pittman, Christian Kirk, trade to get a running back. I don't even know what you could do. Let me just click on some box scores and just take a gander around. Like Olave did okay today with the 4 for 81, but he did get outperformed by Shaheed again, and so there's just some concern there. I don't think you're going to be able to trade Olave. I don't think you're going to be able to trade JJ injured. I don't think you can trade Michael Pittman Jr. I don't think you can trade any of these running backs. I don't even think you could trade Allen for who you want. This team, unfortunately, has zero ability to make a trade. Unless somebody will pay for JJ and understand the risk, but pay you what you deserve, even injured, or pay you what Josh Allen's worth, even though he had a bad week too, which people are so fickle, I don't know that you will. So if this is me, I'm hitting that waiver wire. I'm trying to land that Braylon Allen. As we keep telling everybody, the waiver wire can win your league. The waiver wire can win. Mason is going to help win leagues for people that had this exact situation. Had you picked up Mason, you'd be sitting pretty right now. And this Braylon Allen character might just be atop the waiver wire board for week number 3. Wright still needs to be considered. Everybody needs to calm down on Wright. They need to understand what time it is on Wright. I'll even put Wright above Bigsby still. His time's going to come. It just didn't come yet. Charbonnet still there. Dobbins is probably still available in an uncomfortable amount of leagues. Probably not enough to hit the waiver wire board. We'll see. We'll look at the percentages. But Dobbins needs to be grabbed, but that'll probably come off. That's why, and if anybody thinks, oh, Dobbins is why is he not number 1? Because he's picked up. Everybody picked him up going into last week. We'll see what the numbers look like. Allen's probably going to be the top pickup of the week at the running back position. You need to make sure you have that guy, Tyler. That's how you win this league. You probably don't win it via trade. I hate to tell you. Bobby, appreciate your $10 hauler. Hey, from the UK, 12-team QB, Kyler, Aaron Rodgers. If you was that Michael? Was it Tyler? Michael Tyler? Hit me up with ideas if you have them, and maybe you kickstart my brain on something. So if you have an offer that comes in, don't think I'm telling you to give up on trades. I'm just telling you, I don't know how it's possible to and I'll go back to this team again real quick, just because I want to make sure I help you, Tyler. I don't think anyone's trading. JJ's your only shot. If you go to owners, Tyler, and say, give me your underperforming Worthy, and they have Gibbs, now, Tyler, you've got it. Go get Worthy and Gibbs. I'd do that one. Try that. Go see. I'm not saying they have those 2 players. Go to the Gibbs owner, go to the Worthy owner. Don't do it without talking to me, Tyler, but those are 2 ways in of getting rid of JJ potentially, and someone might still pay the price that they should. Hey, from the UK, 12-team, QB Kyler, Bijan, James Cook, Mason. Love to see Mason on your roster, bro. Garrett Wilson's concerning. Flowers did good today, but I'd sell high, but to be honest with you. JMO, love him. Reed, love him. You're pretty good with and Garrett Wilson. You can't even sell him, so you got to hold out strong, and hopefully it works out. McBride, I still love him. Got to win. Any moves? Flowers. Try and trade Garrett Wilson. Flowers and Garrett Wilson. I would be tempted. You know what you could do? People don't like Garrett Wilson right now, but you throw Garrett Wilson in with James Cook, maybe you get a top 3 running back. I would explore it. You could also potentially, this is a little bit crazy, go to the Christian McCaffrey owner and see what wide receiver or running back they have. I'm not saying do it straight up, but Garrett Wilson to the CMC owner for CMC, and let's say they had a Tank Dell. And you could get Tank Dell instead of Garrett Wilson and get Christian McCaffrey. Bobby, you do something creative like that, something I'm proud of you for, a sneaky move, Worthy and McCaffrey for Garrett Wilson. You throw in Javonte or something, bro, you win the league. Are you still Jacob? Oh, I answered that one. Yes, I'm Jacobs over, but it's close. I mean, Jacobs and Stevenson are both good. Dallas kicker to the moon, Smitty. Thank you, Raza, for dropping the super chat. Let's go. All right, we're out of here for now. Appreciate every single one of you who dropped a super chat. I think we got a celebratory message or 2 here. What are we doing with Kelsey? You can only hold them at this point. I mean, entertain offers, bring them to me, but I don't think anybody's going to offer you what you deserve, and you just want to hold them. Smitty, long time. I need some help. I have a blah roster. Would like to have no choice but to sit on what I have. Patrick, I don't know what your team is, though, but definitely call in maybe during the night show. Monty is an excellent running back. Imagine if Gibbs got hurt. We don't want to imagine that. Shopkey, watch your mouth about Gibbs getting hurt. All right, appreciate you for all that you do, guys. Let's watch this game. I got wings ordered. I'm going to go get it. Appreciate all the super chats. We'll see you at the 8 or not 8 p.m. I'll see you after the game for the waiver wire show. We go live the minute the game ends, and we're doing the waiver wire show. I'm live at 8 p.m. Eastern Monday through Friday. I'm live when big news breaks additionally, and we're live after any game or any set of games. So the Sunday games, this is what this is. We're reviewing the Sunday games. We'll be live after the Sunday night game to do the week 3 waiver wire show live. And make sure you understand Christian McCaffrey's to miss 6+ weeks. Puka's out 5 to 7, and we went over all these players here on the screen. Rewatch if you want to have your updates on St. Brown, your updates on Cooper Kupp, your updates on JJ, etc., etc. I'll see you guys all after the game. This game right now, the Texans versus the Bears. See you after for the week 3 waiver wire show.
I'm a Cardinal, hey, I'm a Cardinal. 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 The Cardinals look to be rising, and MHJ is your king. I'm a Cardinal.
Look at these two squads, these two families colliding together to form the Smitty bunch. Kyle Shanahan, $2 super chat. Yes, go get Penix Jr., who's on this board right here. Go get Penix Jr. Stratosphere in the building.
Liftoff of mission 3, 2, 1, 0.
Again, live whenever news breaks. Additionally, live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. Always live after a slate of games or, the Thursday game, the Sunday night game, so Monday night game. We'll be back after this game to do the live waiver wire show. Deuces. I'm out.